Hello and welcome to this video. This video is all about copywriting, one of my favorite things. Um, Copywriting is one of the most powerful skills you can have as an internet marketer. And if you don't know what copywriting is, basically copywriting is the words you use to sell your products. Um, and it is by far one of the most powerful skills you could possess, and you'll see why as we go throughout this video. So again, copywriting very important to your success. It's not. Before we get into anything, copywriting is not about the graphics. It's about the words. The words are more important than all the flash. You see a lot of people using graphics are good, but the words that you use and the stories that you tell and the emotions that you put into your copy are more important than the flashiness. The content is what keeps people interested and keeps them reading. So it starts with the headline, and we'll talk about that later. But the content and the copy that you're writing and the story that you're making keeps people interested and makes them read and gets them interested to buy whatever it is you're selling. And the best way to get a lot of buyer traffic fast, and the key here is buyer traffic fast, is with affiliate traffic. And the only way affiliates will promote for you is by having a converting offer. So I want you to pay attention here because that is very, very important. One of the number one best ways, number one most coveted traffic secrets is affiliate traffic. The reason why is because affiliates bring buyer traffic, and the only way they're going to promote and the only way they're going to send you traffic is if you have a converting offer. And the only way to have a converting offer is with strong copy. So great copy and a great offer equals a converting offer. So the copy is very important. Now, there is an art to copywriting. Even if you aren't a good writer, you can still be a good copywriter. It's actually better if you're not a good writer, because a lot of writers are just when they write, they're really formal when they're writing, and when it comes to copy, good copy and persuasive copy is more an informal conversation that you're having. So if you're not a good writer, you don't have to worry because you can still be a good copywriter. Good copywriting is about transferring your emotions and the emotions of the reader into words. So if you could convey the emotion of whatever it is you're trying to sell, if you could convey that emotion and those emotions into your copy, that's what makes really strong and effective copywriting. And copywriting is about the why, not the what. So the why is the copywriting, and the what would be your product. And you should take a more informal speaking approach when writing your copy. It's basically like talking to a friend that it's like you're talking to a friend that you care about. You're trying to help. And you should always be sincere. If you're in business, whatever niche you're in and whatever product you're selling, you should be sincere when you're selling with your product. And you should always be looking out for your customer. And people buy off of emotion first and then rationalize later. That's why copywriting is so effective, because you're putting them through that emotion, which gets them to buy, and then once they buy, they rationalize the purchase after. And that's why it's also strong. It's also you need a good product as well, because while they're rationalizing, they'll see that it's a good product, and you won't have refunds and stuff like that. So what is it? Good copywriting is the ability to tap into people's desires and frustrations. That's key here. Emotion is what sells products. So good copywriting is the ability to tap into people's desires and frustrations. Think emotional, painful, and inspirational when you're writing your copy. So you really want to get into the mind of your reader. And if you're actually writing it's actually easy to write copy when you've lived it yourself. So, like, as far as for the niche cash machine blueprint, that story, I actually lived that story, and I actually was an internet marketing newbie. I actually was struggling. I actually couldn't make money online. I actually didn't know how to make money online, and I knew all of the emotional, painful, and inspirational things that I was actually living. So it was actually easy to write that kind of copy because I lived it, and I just had a. I know what I was going through is how others were going through, and that's basically how that copy went down. Makes the reader see who they could be as a better and future person. So what you're trying to show them is in your copy, you're trying to show them who they are now and the struggles they're going through now, and the pain they're going through now, and this is who you could be. So you're trying to get them see themselves as the struggle they're going through now, and you also want to show them that your product can make them be this future better person. And when you could do that, and when they connect those two things together, that really, really makes strong, effective copy. Now you need to convince the reader that you can relate to them, and it needs to be personable. You definitely need, when you're writing your copy, you need to make it like you're speaking directly to them, and the reader needs to be convinced that you're just like them and you are experiencing the same troubles, because when you show your triumph, that's when if they see the pain that you're going through, and then when you go into your triumph, that's when they could connect that's how they see the better and future person that they could be, because you're an example of that. You've been through the struggle, and now you have the success that they're looking for. Whatever it be, either making money, losing weight, better golf swing, whatever. It works in all niches. So you need to tap into their dreams, their desires, and frustrations of the reader. Again, that is so important, because you're kind of taking them on emotional roller coaster, but not in a bad way. You're not trying to scheme people. That's not what this is about. You're just trying to get them to understand how powerful your product is. If you're sincere, that's why I said, like, a lot of products out there are junk. So don't do that. Make good products. Really live it. Like I said, like with the niche cash machine blueprint, like this isn't a theory course. This is real stuff that I actually use in other niches that actually make money. It's how I did it. So I lived everything I'm talking about, and that's what you need to do as well. And you could actually do all of what I'm showing you here through a third party perspective as well. So you don't actually need to be the specific person, but somebody would have had to. And proof is important because it helps the reader visualize what could be. Again, it doesn't have to be your proof. You could use a third party's proof. I actually did this because in the pigeon racing niche, I actually hired someone to write a product for me, and he was actually a champion pigeon racer. So what I use his background as the proof elements. So you could do that as long as you don't claim that they're yours. So just make sure that you're not claiming that the proof is yours. You're showing it through a third party. So you could borrow proof from really anybody. And proof elements are really important, and we'll go into that more later on in this video. So it's extremely important to understand your marketplace. Surveys are great. If you already have an existing list and an existing business and audience, then it's even easier, because you could literally, I do this all the time actually. You could survey your list and you could survey your audience and ask them what their biggest frustrations are right now. And make sure that when you're doing your surveys here, you're doing them so it's not just radio buttons or just picking certain options. Make sure they could actually put right in full answers of how they're actually feeling. And with that, you could really, really get into the mind of your marketplace. So yeah, definitely listen to your readers and the marketplace. And if you don't have a list and you don't have anything like that, browse the online communities of your niche. Start getting active within your niche's communities to see what really bothers the people in your niche. You could go to Facebook groups. You could look at negative reviews for other products, and that kind of thing. You could go to forums and really just start looking and seeing, finding the hot buttons of what your marketplace's audience is going through, because those hot buttons are what's going to allow you to connect on an emotional level with your marketplace. Now get into the mind and find the driving force and real motivation of why they're in the search for whatever product you have. So if you have a how to make money online product, why is the audience looking for it? It's not just it's deeper than just they want to make money online. There's other reasons. Maybe they're in debt, or they want to take care of their family, or they're depressed because they feel they can't take care of their family in their current situation. So it's deeper than just the surface stuff. Losing weight. People want to lose weight, but it's usually not. It's usually for a deeper thing. Maybe they're depressed. They don't feel like they don't feel confident when they go out in public, and those are the deeper things that you're looking for. Now, benefit versus feature versus outcome. A lot of people don't understand this, so I wanted to go over this, because these are actually very important and they're used specifically in different ways. Now, a benefit, think of a benefit as the why. What will your product do for the reader? Will it make them richer? Will it make them better looking, happier? Will it make them, have a better golf swing, which will let them be better at golf, and that kind of thing. It's the why, what it will do for them exactly. And benefits correlate to their desire, the desire that they want to get out of your product. And with the benefit, you want to focus on their selfishness. So people want to lose weight to look better. They want to make more money so they could have financial freedom and maybe do the things they want to do and that kind of thing. So focus with the benefits, focus on their selfishness. Now a feature is the what. It's more descriptive. So what are they going to get? So the 10 things the product does. And now, just like the benefits correlate to desires, features correlate to the value of the product, or the value of the offer you're going to put out there. And you'll see the difference between your offer later. Now, features are usually used when making your offer, after you have already built the desire in your prospect. So an example of a feature would be like, if it's video format, you could say like over 2 hours of easy to watch video, that kind of thing. That's a feature. It's a direct descriptive thing of what your product has to offer. And an outcome is the proof. So people don't want your product, they want the outcome that your product will give them. So that is what an outcome is. Time frame here is also important when using an outcome. So let's say I'm going to show you how to lose 7 pounds in 7 days. People like to see time frames. And focus on the outcome, because that is the desire that your prospect is looking for. So if, focus on, like I said, you're taking them through that emotional roller coaster, from rags to riches kind of thing. So focus on the outcome. So now let's get into the recipe. I hope all of that made a lot of sense to you and showed you how effective copy is when selling products. Now the recipe for good copy looks like this. Now it's not exact. different products will have different kind of things, but these are a lot of the elements that go into good copy. So we start with our headline. We have a subheadline. We have our conversion story. We give a little content. We show proof. We show our offer. We have a guarantee, a pricing structure, scarcity, and then our PS. So that is an overview, a generic recipe for good copy, specifically like a good sales page. So we're going to start with the headline here. We're going to go deep into each one of these elements here. Headline is by far the number one thing. It's everything. You only have a few seconds to capture the reader's attention. If your headline is not strong, they will come and go, as they won't even read the rest of your copy. So your headline is the most important part to your entire copy. The first 10 words are more important than the next 10,000. So remember that your headline is more important than the next 10,000, because if your headline does not keep their attention, and your headline does not capture the reader, they will not even stay for the next 10,000. So the rest of the copy is irrelevant at that point. They won't read the body if you don't capture their attention and imagination with the headline. And your headline, a good thing with the headline is just capture. In your headline, you want to capture instant gratification. So when they come, let's say, like, I'm going to show you, watch how, just like the niche cash machine, watch how an internet marketing newbie made $3,525 in 3 days and built a massive list of 22,000 subscribers in the process. That kind of thing. It captures their attention. It shows instant gratification, because if you want to make money online, you want to make $3 grand in 3 days, and you want to build a big list, and that's instant gratification. There's just a lot of ways to write headlines and stuff, but stick with instant gratification, and you're going to test this stuff as well. So a good recipe for a headline would be the outcome plus a time frame equals a winning headline, and I just showed you an example of that. So now the subheadline, and the subheadline is a continuation of instant gratification, and it ties in how you're going to show ease now. So it ties in how easy it is. So I'm going to show you. So we have our headline, and then how easy it is to get a better golf swing, something like that. An easy formula for swinging better, that kind of thing. And you're also going to tie in the story that's to come and elaborate. Your headline, you want to elaborate on the outcome. So you want to show a little bit of the triumph, because that is what your prospect is looking for. They're looking for the outcome that your product could give them. So in the subheadline, you're going to give a little taste of that. And you don't have to have just one subheadline. You could have multiple subheadlines. If it's working, why stop? You could have bullet points. And the Niche Cash Machine Blueprint just showed that I had multiple subheadlines on that product as well as other products and other niches that I have. Now your subheadline, you really want to build up your story and get them excited to read the rest of the copy. That's basically what the headline and subheadline, that's the purpose, is to get them excited to read the rest of to get through the rest of the copy to your offer. That's the goal here. So now we're going to move into our conversion story. Now, your conversion story, it could be your story, or it could be someone you had helped. It could be a student of yours. It could be even a third party. Again, I actually did this in the pigeon racing niche. I actually had someone who wrote a report for me who had success in pigeon racing. Because I didn't, and I used his story. I used his proof. I used his story of how he went from being just a regular pigeon racer to being a champion. So you could use a third party, again, just as long as you're transparent and you don't claim that it's your own story. Again, the reader needs to see you as a version of themselves, or the reader needs to see the story as a version of their own story, because this is what really builds a strong connection. And your story should lead into your aha moment or your triumphant moment, from being a terrible golfer to now, being a great golfer, being depressed and overweight to now being losing 50 pounds, that kind of thing. So it needs to have your aha moment when you finally broke free, and you had whatever success it is or whatever outcome your product is going to provide. In your conversion story, you want to use frustration, emotion, and triumph, and tie in those emotions into your story, because that is what really builds strong bonds and strong connections with your reader. And show your history of success. Think long-term and consistency, because if I've been making money online for over 3 years now, and what you want to do is you don't want to claim that you just started making money online, because people will see that maybe it's a flash in the pan kind of thing. So you want to show consistency of what you're trying to show here. So let's say you lost weight and now you've kept it off for a year, or you kept it off for 2 years, and you're going to show the secrets of keeping it off and continued success. And show that you live the story from start to finish, or show that the third party, whoever's story it is, show that they lived it from start to finish, and connecting with the reader. So now we're moving on to, we're going to give a little bit of content. You're going to give away some good free content. Here you could share either a series of mistakes not to make, or what to do, but you're going to show what to do, but not really how to do it. Basically a simple step-by-step process. One little thing that they can do right now that will bring them instant results if they just do it. So basically what you're showing is you want to give them a little bit of content to give them instant gratification. And the best content here is something that is instantly applicable, little known, and provides instant internal proof that you know, and it shows that you know what you're talking about. It shows that you're an expert in this field. That's the purpose of this content, is to show your authority, and especially if it gives instant gratification to your reader, because they can directly link you to being an expert that way. So proof elements. Proof elements are really, really very, very important. They solidify the outcome in your readers' heads, because up until the proof element, it's just been really just all talk. So now the proof element shows that the outcome is actually real and that other people actually live it. It makes your offer real and externally verifiable. So it shows that you could help them because you have helped others, and other people have proof of the outcome that they want. You don't need your own proof. You can use a third party's proof, just like I showed you in the pigeon racing example. I used the races he's won, the trophy he has won, and I based the entire story and the proof elements around his story, which is all a real story. So you don't have to worry about you having your own proof. You could use other people's proof, and you could borrow other people's proof. Again, just as long as you let people know you don't claim it's your own proof, because then you're lying and you don't want to do that. And proof elements help. It helps in the decision-making process of the reader. When they show proof, it helps them make the decision that, yes, this product is what I need to succeed. And it helps them visualize themselves in the outcome and builds excitement. So proof elements are really, really very important. So now we showed proof. Now we're moving on to our actual offer. And the offer, good copy makes people read, and a strong offer makes people buy. So there's a difference between good copy and a strong offer. They're actually two unique entities that when work together, create a converting offer. I hope that makes sense. So good copy makes people read, and a strong offer makes them buy. So the offer needs to make your product look extremely valuable. This is why when you'll see in sales letters, you'll see them put a real world value on certain aspects. It's because you're building the value in your offer. And this is also, your offer is where you can tie in features and benefits, because the features are what make the offer look so valuable. Hope that made sense. And your offer is the what. So the copy is the why, and the offer is the what. And use bonuses to pack on the value to make your offer look like a no-brainer. And so if you don't have any bonuses, a good thing to do is you could actually strip it down into a core product and then use it for bonuses. So let's say your product had 10 modules in it. It's actually better to just, let's say, break your product down into 5 modules, so that's the core product, and then use the other 5 modules as 5 bonus modules. Because what it does is it makes your product look so much more valuable. I hope that makes sense. So let's say you had a product that was just 10 modules. It was 10 modules long. Just me saying it sounds more valuable. It's 10 modules long, as opposed to 5 modules with 5 bonus modules. Now the 5 bonuses make that sound more valuable than just the 10 bonus modules. So bonuses, they pack on the value, and they turn your offer into a no-brainer. Now we gave a good offer. We're moving on to our guarantee. Our guarantees make more sales, hands down. Some people are afraid to use guarantees, but there's no reason to be afraid to use a guarantee, because they make more sales all the time. Your readers want to know that you stand behind your product, and having a guarantee shows that you're dedicated to this product, that you're standing behind it. It shows that you're strong and you believe in this product without a doubt, and that's why you could give a guarantee, and that's what makes it so effective. So let's say you have a 30-day money-back guarantee. You could just have a 30-day money-back guarantee. I usually always have a 30-day or 60-day money-back guarantee, and there's no conditions to it whatsoever. You could literally just not like the product. You could literally not like my voice and ask for a refund, and I'll give it to you, because I don't want you to not like the product. Like, I want you to like the product. And you could also, don't be afraid to offer big guarantees as well, such as double or triple your money back guarantee. The only thing is that when you're doing things like that, use conditions. Have stipulations in there that they have to do certain things, as far as, let's say, they have to put what you've shown them to work, and they have to show you proof of them doing what you've told them to do in order for those guarantees to be for you to honor those guarantees. Now, the guarantee also eases and comforts the reader and makes them I have a typo there, and makes them much more comfortable to buy. And it helps to lower their walls, because they feel as though it lowers the risk and actually takes the risk off the table. So guarantees I personally would never not send out a product without a guarantee. Moving on to pricing. You don't need long copy for low price points. Low price products are like impulse buys, so you want your copy I get asked a lot, like how long a copy should be. Copy should be just as long as it is to get your reader to buy your stuff. So it really doesn't. There's really no set in stone length. But generally, the higher priced a product is, the longer your copy needs to be, and the lower the price is, the less the copy would be, because a $10 product or a $7 product, it's kind of an impulse buy. It's like, people kind of think of it like, what do I have to lose? So you really don't have to stack on too much copy. Um, and make the actual value of the product large. So like I said, when you have your bonuses, you could have a real world value of your bonus. So let's say you're adding a bonus, you could put that this bonus is worth $297 by itself. Because what you want to do is you're trying to visualize for your reader. You want your reader to visualize that this product is an expensive product. Make them think that they're going to pay more. So let's say as they're reading copy, in their head, in the back of their head, they have a predetermined price that they're making, that this product is. So let's say as they're reading the story, the content, they see the proof, they see the offer. Let's say they have a predetermined. They're in their head. They're saying, okay, I could feel comfortable about paying $97 for this product. And then don't be afraid to charge what you're worth. I jumped ahead, but so let's say they have a predetermined price of what this product is worth to them. So they are thinking this product is, they feel comfortable about spending $97 on this product. And then what happens is you actually make the price lower. So let's say you say the price is going to be $47. Now they're excited. They're primed to buy because they were expecting to pay more. And don't be afraid to charge what you're worth, because it kind of evens out. If you want to charge more for your products, you're actually going to have less sales, but you're going to have a higher price per sale, and vice versa. And it's actually kind of better to charge more, because you'll have less customer service to deal with while making the same amount of money. And the strength of your copy and offer depict what you can charge. So if you have weak copy, you won't be able to charge higher tickets, higher prices for if you have weak copy. So the stronger your copy, the strength of your copy, and the strength of your offer depict what you could charge. Because if you have, let's say you have the same product, and you have really strong copy and a really strong offer, and really weak copy and a really weak offer, you could actually charge more money for the same product because you have strong copy and a strong offer. Again, I hope that made sense. Moving on to scarcity. Scarcity is just like guarantees. I think they're needed in some sort of scarcity is needed for good copy. Just like guarantees, it makes more sales, hands down. It's just proven. Scarcity makes more sales. The types of scarcity are payment increase, limited copies, removal of bonuses, or time scarcity. So in other words, let's say you need to order in the next 3 hours, or else the payment is going to increase by $20 or something like that, or there's only 500 available, or order within the next hour. If not, the bonuses, we need to take the bonuses away. That kind of thing. Scarcity works really well. And lastly, the PS. A lot of people will skim through and jump to the PS. Most people always read the PS. So the PS is very important to have in your copy. A good formula here would be the PS. In the first PS, you're going to explain the biggest benefits your product is going to provide. You could have a PPS, and in that you could explain the guarantee, show that it's risk-free, and that they have 60 days risk-free, 60 days, you get your money back. So you're taking away the risk in the second PS. And the third PS, you could show the exclusivity of your product and the scarcity. And then in that one, you're going to ask for the order again. So they kind of go in sequence, explain the biggest benefits, get them excited again about your product, show the guarantee that they could give, it's risk-free, and then you're going to show the exclusivity and scarcity and ask for the order again. So that's a good little recipe for your PS. So that was the overall recipe of a good sales copy. Again, it's not always, you don't always have to follow that. You could change it up and add different aspects of it, but that's an overall general overview of what good copy consists of, the elements. So other things to keep in mind when writing your copy: use good formatting to keep their readers' interest. That's the purpose of the formatting. It doesn't bore your readers. You want to keep their interest because the goal is to keep them reading and is to get them excited. Use subheadlines throughout the copy to pull readers and skimmers in, because a lot of people, they won't even read. They'll read the headline and they'll skim through your copy, and those subheadlines that are throughout your copy, that's what it's there for. Those subheadlines are there to jump out, and they're there to pull skimmers in. Now, your subheadlines throughout your copy should show the entire story from start to finish in a summarized version just through the subheadlines of your copy. Now, graphics help, especially in the offer. Like I said, graphics are good. The words are more important, but graphics are also good, and they especially are important when talking about the offers, because e-covers and product shots, like the product graphics, help the reader visualize the value of your product. So let's say you explain your offer, but your offer teamed up with a good product shot gives a higher perceived value in your reader's mind. Because they could directly see a nice product shot, and it gives a higher perceived value of your offer. That's a good little trick there. So if you're gonna do graphics, definitely have a good product shot and use graphics at that point. Also, you should use graphics for your guarantee, testimonials, proof, and case studies, because again, it helps the reader visualize the outcome. So proof, you should show proof. As far as, like, let's say the pigeon racing niche, I had the third party who wrote the product. I actually had him send me a picture of all of his trophies, and I posted that. I put that on the sales page. Because it lets your reader visualize and really live it in their mind, because a pigeon racer knows that's a big part of why they want, that's a big outcome of why they want to buy your product, is because they want the trophies. As far as pigeon racers, they live for that. It's an ego thing, and by showing the trophies in the copy, it helps them to visualize that. And use good spacing and break up the elements in your copy, so again, it's easy to read and comfortable for the reader, because you really want to keep your reader comfortable, because you want to keep them reading. And always test and optimize. It's so important. So many internet marketers skip this step just because of laziness. It's very important, especially when it comes to copy. It's important for raising conversions, and it makes you more money. Good testing and optimizing also increases the EPCs of your product, which again brings in more affiliates, and the more affiliates that come in, the more sales you're going to make. Use A/B split testing to test different elements of your copy. You're going to see a more detailed explanation of this in the testing, tracking, and optimizing video. I'm going to show you how to do split testing on your for your sales pages and in different elements of your website. And only test one element of a time. at a time. So if when you're testing, you want to test. Let's say you're just testing the headline. So you pit one headline against another headline, and then once you find the winner, you could then test variations of that winning headline. So different colors, that kind of thing. Most important things to test are definitely the headline, because that is the most important element to your copy. The subheadlines, your offer, and your guarantee, because these are the things that that directly affect sales. You don't really need to waste time testing different fonts, that kind of thing, throughout your copy. I mean, you could test different fonts for your headline, but as far as, the regular just fonts throughout your copy, you really don't have to waste your time there. Focus on the headline, the subheadlines, the offer, the actual offer that you're making, and the guarantee. Those are the most important things to test, and those will directly affect your sales. And always, testing and optimizing never stops. Always continually test and optimize your sales pages and your copy and the different elements within that copy. So for summary, headline, number one most important element of good copy. Always use and show proof. And again, it doesn't have to be yours, so you don't have to worry about it there. Always think about the reader and show yourself as a version of them. You want them to see you as a better version of themselves, or as their outcome. The offer is very important to making the sale. So there's two different. There's the copy, which gets your reader to read, and then there's your offer, which gets them to buy. So your offer is very important to making the sale. And guarantees are very important to helping the reader make a decision to buy. It helps lower their walls. Guarantees are very important. And always, always, always test and optimize your copy, because the number one source of good traffic is affiliate traffic, and then the only way to get affiliate traffic is with a converting offer. And the more you test and optimize your copy, the higher converting your offer is, which is going to attract more affiliates. It's going to attract more buyers, and in the end, that's what we want. We want to make those sales. So I hope you really enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. So get out there. Practice makes perfect. Get out there. Start practicing writing your copy. Try writing it at your own. If some people don't like to write copy, I personally, kind of like to write my own copy. You could always outsource it, but in my opinion, there's no better person who knows your product best than you. So just give it a shot. Practice makes perfect. Again, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really loved making it for you. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Take care.